Cough. Okay, so there we go. I had to have a cough. Okay, I'm good now. Clean our glasses, sitting down in front of a screen. Dirty glasses. You get reflections. It's like, oh yeah. The other day I haven't cleaned my glasses yet. Oh, it's a brand new day now. Okay, so we're still Train Simulator because we're waiting. I think rather than Wednesday, Tuesday I get a new wheel. I can get back to truck driving. That's the delivery, scheduled delivery. So, see. We'll see if it actually gets here or not that day. Okay, so let's click that. Good, good. And now here. There we are. I'm gonna do Peace River. I did a couple of runs yesterday. I think Cajun Pass and Maria's Pass, but they're both old routes, and they've gotten a little better over the years. I added a couple of the 219 routes on my wish list. Also recommended were the European. They'd like to do the European developer. They tend to do the European and British routes better, I think. And they've got one for a couple of Swiss ones that look quite interesting. Oh. I put them on my wish list, and we'll see what happens with the Steam sale / Black Friday. But in the meantime, Peace River route. Peace River is up in northern Alberta. Oh, let me look here, just to get it exact for you. Northwest of Edmonton. A lot of snow on this route. Almost up Fort McMurray. Up around there. Not a lot up around there on the map. Anyways. We'll start with Peace River Morning Part 1. Summer. It's clear. It's 7 in the morning. Let's start this. We'll do this for a while, and then we'll do some chores. Aha. Okay, so I get my clearance, so there's my clearance. 2012. 2012. From Judah to Peace River, not a lot of details. Complete set. Copied by Conductor James. Not a lot of detail on it. Okay, let's take the brakes off. Why is the brake stuck on? Weird. Do we have air pressure now? We have brake pressure. We're good. let's just look at the map here, see where we're going. So, center player, there's us, player, and task, go via that bridge. Drop a bunch of guys off there. At East River Siding 1. Wait a minute, where's Siding 1? Siding 2. South Siding, Peace River, South Main. Excuse me. I guess that's Siding 1. We'll find out when we get there. Okay. Oh, and we're already going downhill because we're on a hill. And our way is clear ahead of us. Track is on switch for us, so it's funny, we're 30. I thought we were on a siding. Anyways, we're getting to this is the back end of the train. The mixed mode, as you can tell. Oops, we went to off screen somehow. Oh, I keep forgetting what button is the drive-by mode. I don't know. Oh, this is the backside view. Sort of. Because we're not quite trackside, but we're sort of trackside, right? So we need a bit of brake here, because look at our speed, it's going up. Let's try some dynamic braking. Okay. Take the main brakes off. Okay, so dynamic braking gonna hold me on a hill? Apparently is, so let's take it down a bit. We're getting, let's figure out how to use this. Where is the dynamic braking? It's there. Sort of working. I'm missing all the scenery trying to set the damn dynamic brakes, but it's a delay though. It's hard to. Oh, that's why. These buttons. Okay. Okay, so we'll run dynamic braking all the way down the hill, I guess. Sip my coffee. It's too bad that they don't tell you the weight of a train. Right? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units at the front. Oh, actually on the front. Could be dangerous for dynamic braking on a corner. That's saved in case. Get to corner and we have a bad time. Our map is comes where? Yeah. Okay, well, East River seems to be a lot of trees. There's another one that I have too that has more detail. I think it's one of the rail coaling district, I believe. Chesil Bridge. Oh, dish lights. Well. these is the lights there. Can't really get at the damn lights. So we'll do this one and we'll see what happens with it, and maybe we'll pick something else after. It's okay, but why can I not get lights on? It's H, I think. Don't know. It's one of these two, I think. Ooh, less. This one. Here we go. Not much of a view of the tracks, but not much to see, really. You're stuck on the track, you don't have to steer. There's signals and everything. If you see a moose up ahead, you're just going to hit the bugger. Actually, it doesn't show me the current for the dynamic brake. Sometimes it does on the screen. This version, we don't get that. We get air pressure. We get nothing. Oh. Depending on the locomotive, it can or cannot be an exciting implementation. This one is the this one gives me train information. That one? That's the HUD. Then 1, 2, OHEAD. HUD. This one is supposed to give me train info. HUD. Oh, there it is, up in the corner. All right. Speed, throttle, reverser, 100%. The train brake is 70% hold lapped. Full brake, dynamic rear 45. I didn't think I had. Not 17% lapped. Strange. So this would be a definite decline coming the other way too, 2.2% grade. Interesting, they've done a steady grade, but I guess on trains you really have to make it short is not your criteria. Steady grade up and down is your criteria. much on the speed going up a little high there. I think it depends that if you're going around a curve, there could be more drag on the train. Too much. Less on. That's better. I like the effect of the light on that. Thinking of it 2.1 or 2.0 and went back up to 2.2. See the reverser's not moving. See, it doesn't move inside, so I have to check whose engine this is. Point 4% grade now. Sure, we'll see. Back to 2% so I can back off the braking a bit. We're going down this whole hill with no fuel expended. .4 again. Hart River Bridge in 1.33 miles, so takes it a while at less than 20k. And that's less than, ooh, FPS hit or what? And it's less than entertaining, this route, so I'll have to, I'll try another route. I finish this, I'll, 2.2% grade. Have to try a different mod route scenario. Yes. Sorry, this is a route, the Peace River route, and there's different scenarios using the route. And there are mods that provide, there's scenarios that come with the game, but there's all mods people do. coming into somewhere, getting closer down to the river, I think. So, I mean, go, 2.4%, but if you go for mile and mile after mile, eventually you get down to the level of the river. The river is also going down at, whoops. Depends on, I think the game may actually take into account whether they take into account whether they have a lot of curves or not. There we go. In case people are sleeping in Peace River. Although the time is 7:32:21, so. I think we have a road coming up here. Turn my bell off. Still 2.4. One has to wonder when the hell this is going to fade away, but. Switch, okay. And I was speeding there because I was reading that. Not a perfect route. Going slow here too, aren't we? We've lost a lot of momentum somehow. Oh, we're down to 1.3. That's what's happening. I took it down to 0. It's a bad idea because that clearance, proceed to Roma. Exciting too. I've got clearance. Well, thank you. First we drop off the rear 10 cars in the siding. Siding 1. What do we got here? Oh, we're good. Okay. We just have to get rid of that. And go back to regular braking. Oh, that much? Yeah, I had too much brake. Come on. Okay, so yeah, we gotta get the other 10 cars on siding 1. Damn it. Brakes are bad on this. I really dislike the brake setting on the rain. They were finally on level ground and we worry about sliding so. And do we have that have the switch? Have the switch. Now we have the switch. The rear 10 cars, well, we have to get the rear 10 cars onto the siding first, and we're not even on the siding yet. Right? We'll get there. Oh, Nash, sorry. I didn't know you were there. I watched Terrifier on Netflix last night. What Terrifier? I never heard of that. What is Terrifier? Well, we now got Okay, let me go here. Set some brake. Okay. Ah, is this a new movie or an old one? Drop off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stopping at 388. Okay. This one. 388 to 178. 1, 2, 3. That one. Drop them. Did I do the right one? One seven eight to 388. So 178. What's this one? 988. Okay, and then go to Roma Junction Yard 2. Hopefully we're turning left here. Yes, that way. Okay, we're good. Slasher flick. 2018 really, so that's not bad. Damn it, excuse me, but damn that's annoying. And oh, now we're going uphill, so that'd be a little easier. Got 2 to 2.4 downhill. It was a bit of a challenge, but and now we are on 0 everything. No brake, no dynamic, no power, and we should be going slower. We're going to, where the hell are we going? Roma Track 2. Junction Track 2. Oh, where the hell's 2? Track 1, Track 2. So that will be, it'll be there. Or it'll be like that. We'll see what happens. Oop. Well, there's some subtle challenges to it in that if you're trying to go up a hill, you have to get a good run at the hill. You have to make sure you sand, you don't apply too much power, or you spin out the tires, spin out the wheels. Going downhill, you can only increase your brakes. Basically, can't decrease your brakes. So you increase the brakes gradually enough, and if you put too much brake, if you then decrease it, what you do is basically you blow all the air out of the line, and you have to give it a time to charge up again before you can use the brakes again. But there's easy and medium and difficult options to braking. So the switching can be challenging. There's some of the scenarios where you're in a freight yard and you're moving cars around, shifting some with the front, some with the back, playing around trying to get one out of the middle. That could be good. I haven't played it for a long time though, and a lot of my scenarios are from ages ago. A lot of the routes I have, sorry, are from ages ago. And the quality is really bad. Even this one is a couple of years ago, and it's not that great. After you've been driving, ATS or ETS2, the truck simulators. However, there also is Train Sim 2000, which is the next generation of this, which has much less routes, but much better detail. I still like my truck. So we're going up a hill, possibly. Not that we spent all that time going downhill at 2% grade. Watching the throttle. Sort of goes in weird increments. And of course, if you want to, you can get, rather than using the keyboard, but I mean the keyboard's fine, this is not a very fast action game, but you can get simulators that, you know, have a throttle and a brake lever and the various buttons you would have on a train. So. Oh, your save was corrupted by a mod. Oh, I've had that happen. You do know, if you start over, you do know that you can use a cheat file, right? A cheat mod. Yeah, sorry, you didn't want mods. But, there is a cheat mod in the workshop, I think for both games, for points and for money. I've had to use that because I've had to restart my game. Yeah. I think first I put in the cheat mod. I think you do them one at a time. So first I put the cheat mod for points in, and all you have to do is park. I think you park your first truck, and if you use the, the medium, I'll pull it into a slot thing. Those points give you, I think, 100,000 points or something like that. And if you actually back it into a spot, like the harder parking, then you get 200,000 points. So I did that first and got a bajillion points. And then I took that mod out, and then I put in the mod for money. And what it does is it really cranks up how much you make per game, per load, and also cranks up. Get a bank loan right away offered to you. I think what I did is, yeah, for the money mod, I think I sorted the cheat mod points meant I could crank everything up. So I cranked everything up, Then I was offered a long distance job and high value jobs and all that sort of stuff. So you make a lot of money on jobs. So then my next job, now with the money mod in now, gave me, it was like a $1 million trip. And I didn't even do the trip. I started the trip, used the console mode, go to, basically landed at the drop off, delivered my cargo, and I had $1 million. I figured it really isn't cheating because it was the game that screwed me over, right? That's my rationale. But it's really annoying, and I'm not sure how you can get around it, really. That's my long, sad story of what happened several times that I've done that a couple of times. I did it when I started a multiplayer profile too. Okay, so we're at now 38% power. Okay, it does show there. That's it. Going up 2%. Truck mod. Oh, that sucks. I've tried, I think I've tried going to backups too. With varying success, because I'm not really sure how the backup works. I found, and I do it now with my mods, I found that if I have a mod or trucks or trailers or maps, before I delete the mod, well, not the map, but if it's a map mod, I uninstall the map mod. If it's a truck or trailer, I sell the truck or trailer first, then uninstall the mod. Because otherwise, that profile, every time you start it up, is looking for that truck, not finding it, and it just clutters up your... The oops was first sighting there. Guess I can get rid of this shit on the screen here. Oh, we're down 0.8% grid. Beta. Right, the same. See, there's no whistle things on this mod either. Good mod has a thing. Whoa. FPS shit. Get there. Excuse me. I'm a little early on the whistle there. You're supposed to actually finish as you're crossing up. Let's check something here. Oh yeah. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood, I believe. Yeah. Well, I mean, 3.8 is pretty good when we've had 10 already, right? Oh, that's a weird effect. Did you go to the wires there? We'll ignore that. What's this, a whistle thing? It's a whistle thing. Okay. But I'm not going nearly fast enough for that. Supposed to whistle at the crossing, not a back machine. Here is good. And we'll make it go all the way to the crossing to annoy everybody in the neighborhood. So I have to go do some shopping. My girlfriend arrives. Oh, it's Grey Cup day too, so damn. Day to do shopping. Think of what I need. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Actually, in the afternoon, what time is it now? 12:30. By now, the game starts at 6, but there's Grey Cup parties in the afternoon. People are making dinner or stuff like that, so they're watching pre-game stuff, so I'm guessing that it'll be good. Supposed to finish a story too, but I'm thinking I had this challenge to do a story a week for the year, and I've done it up till last week. And the Grey Cup. And I'm tired of doing stories. I think I need to get into my podcasting, reading stories, and start sending them off to magazines. So. Yep, Grey Cup is this weekend. It played in Calgary. Funny you should ask. Let's check that. 6 o'clock tonight in about, okay, so they're going to be playing shower rain, temperature of 2.8 C, so just a few degrees above freezing. Wind at 18 km, well, a bit of a breeze. So not great weather, especially trying to catch a football at that temperature, but oh well, it's not snowing. It has snowed at the games. Canadian football. Oh. It's the West and East teams, sort of the delineator buried because they've got, I think we've only got 8 teams, or there's 6. That's how much I follow it. Excuse me. Anyways. From the West, it's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and from the East, it's the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Playing off. I think it's 6 or 8. I gotta nuke my coffee. I gotta clear my throat, and I've got to get some eye drops. I'll just say I'll be back in a bit. Football. Oh, your football. Football, as in I am guessing your football is round, is it? Right back. Oh, I didn't even mute. Well, here we are. Often enough to get my eyes watering. But put drops in too, so that's better. Took some whatever you take to clear your throat. Read. Your football team, yes. House of Paint event. Yes, it's an annual event. I haven't been the last couple of years to take photos. But it's, yes, House of Paint. Hey, Reed. How you doing? I are good. The House of Paint, it was named after the House of Pain, which was a group. A rap group, I guess. And it was there was a bridge, a new bridge that was built, like a 6-lane bridge, and the underpass next to the river. There's a path, bike path went through under it, and they used to get tagged, and they were afraid it was going to get tagged again, so they wanted to put up barbed wire and remote control machine guns and floodlights and all that sort of stuff. Well, not quite. And we said, or you could just make it a legal wall. You could give people permission to paint, and what they will do is they'll paint murals on it, and it won't get tagged. And the organizer, Sabre Ripley, managed to convince the local councillor that actually that does happen. They did. They had a House of Paint. They had a festival, a hip-hop festival, back, I don't know, 10 years ago. And lo and behold, people did murals. The wall didn't get tagged. The community loved it. They had a event. There's was just a one-day thing. It got to be several days. You know, the 4 elements: dance and break dancing, and the hell are they? MCs and the music and the graffiti. Yes, break dancing. So, hey, Reed, thank you. Hopefully your health is doing well, Reed. Mine is not bad. I've got appointments set up for the appropriate doctors to find out why the hell I see double. And it's getting cold. And, Reed, I get a new Logitech has finally decided that my wheel is dead and under warranty, and they are sending me a new one. It arrives Tuesday, so I will get back on the road. Although I'm thinking I might do a day a week where I do Train Simulator. I just have to find an interesting route. This one has good detail. It's fairly new, but no, never did breakdancing. Did any of those things. I told people that I can get down, I just can't get back up, so. Yeah, because I have 4 eyes, exactly. One of our servers at the pub, Tessa, the bartenders, she's 20. She's got glasses. She's never had glasses before. She just never bothered. Her eyesight is getting worse and worse. She went in to get her eyes tested, and the eye doctor says, you know, good thing you came in, because you are just a hair's breadth from getting your license pulled for driving. Oh, that's good. So she got new glasses, and they're like sort of like librarian glasses, you know, with like a dark rim. Not really heavy, but not an invisible rim. And we're all praising her in her glasses and telling her how pretty she looked. Not that she wasn't pretty before, but and she said now she could see us clearly. So it's like if your glasses wear and you finally clean your glasses after going all day and you realize, whoa, shit, there's the world. I guess she needs them for distance. She's okay for reading. She was probably okay. She was probably okay if you're on the other side of the bar from her, but if you were at the table on the other side of the bar, she was like, yeah, I think that's Mike over there. No, it's Brian. Mile 5-5. Yeah, I need mine for everything. So Al, back to the House of Paint and stuff like that. I used to do a lot of photography. Maybe 10 years ago, I started doing photography in back alleys in Toronto and then areas of Ottawa, mostly Toronto, of graffiti art. I mean, sometimes just the tags, because I enjoy the graphic element of a tag, a well done tag. But I also, some of the artwork is really good, and I worked with some people promoting, involving youth groups, local youth, in doing murals on buildings that were tagged as a solution to A, stop the building getting tagged, and B, get the youth involved and stuff. Where the hell's our... We had a whistle thing. Here it is. I wonder why they had you whistle. If I'd whistled way back there, nobody's seen me. Well, people, and I used to sort of be an interesting play on word because I was a writer. When you're a graffiti artist, I guess the name could be, usually have you tag a unique tag, which is maybe your name, but not likely because you don't want to advertise, because you're starting off and you're on shaky ground as to how illegal the stuff is that you're doing. So it might be, Pez or Normal or something like this. So you figure out a really interesting way to write that name with wild style letters, and then people say, "What do you write?" "I write Pez." And they, "Oh yeah, I've seen your stuff on the train. Or I saw your stuff on that tower over on 4th Street." Yeah. So my friends wrote, and I was an author, so I wrote too. Long story for a bad joke. So, Reed, does anybody out there follow CFL? My understanding is this Thursday is American, well, not American Thanksgiving. It's the U.S. Thanksgiving. So this Thursday is the U.S. Thanksgiving, and I think it's a big NFL day, so So my local, even though it's a Canadian bar, is having, because they want to promote stuff. So they're going to have stuff happening all Thursday. My girlfriend arrives Wednesday, so good point there. I wonder if I can watch. I don't have cable either, but I have. Oh yeah, so my girlfriend arrives next Wednesday, so maybe Thursday we'll go out to the pub and see what they do. I just have rabbit ears, but I can still. I think it might be covered on our local CBC. So whistle? Yeah, so look, so. There we go. And then we drive. Ah. Failed in the CFL. I can't even, like I said before, I can't even remember how many teams there are, whether there's 6 or 8. There's Ottawa Red Blacks. Used to be the Rough Riders. They're called the Red Blacks. Their thing is a red and black checked plaid lumberjack shirts and jackets and everything, which annoys me because I've worn one of those for years because I like it and I'm from Northern Ontario, and we joke about it as being, oh yeah, that's a Northern Ontario dinner jacket. So the Ottawa Rough Riders and the Toronto Argonauts, Hamilton Tiger Cats, then the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the Calgary. Okay, Reed, thank you. Edmonton Rough Riders, Calgary Rough Riders, BC Lions. Oh, geez. Let's type in CFL here and see what the hell we get. That's the Google. Whoops. Excuse me. CFL. The CFL. Standings. Okay. Saskatchewan, Calgary, Winnipeg, Edmonton, and BC. There's 5 out west, and out east there's Hamilton, Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa. So Calgary Stampeders, Saskatchewan Rough Riders, Calgary Stampeders, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Edmonton Rough Riders, Edmonton Eskimos, and the BC Lions. Hamilton Tiger Cats, Montreal's the Montreal Argonauts. That site didn't help me much. Stupid CFL site. I guess they figure you must know who they are. Yeah. Hamilton. My local, the guy who's managing my local, he's a former goalie, college level, pretty good college level. I think he might have been a backup goalie 1 year or something for the Ottawa hockey team. NHL. But he ended up top prospect, got buzzed with weed and a gun right before the draft. So dumb. Oh, jeez. Yep, dumb. Well, Vinny got out. I think Vinny got out maybe just because his ankles went, because he, excuse me, he really limps. He has trouble walking. His feet or ankles are bad when he walks around the bar. It's a hard job. He's on his feet all the time, but. So he's, but like I say, he played in Potsdam down there. Went to university, played university, and played some other teams after that. And he had a bunch of the Ottawa players live with him. You know, they shared a place. So he has a lot of stories about these guys, which is kind of cool. I assume we're going straight through here. Let me look here. Roma Junction, you're on track 2. Oh, we're way the hell back here. But we we think we picked track 2. Oh no. Senators? I think the Senators are pretty bad. I think they're at one of those, well, we're just team building. Excuse me. Although they're not as bad as Toronto, apparently. For years, Toronto was a really shitty team for a long time. Because there was so much corporate money in Toronto that they sold a lot of boxes, corporate boxes. So people would come into town and they'd want to go to a hockey game. So it didn't really even matter how well they were doing. It was just a game. So they were always a really shitty team, but nobody cared. But they really are trying now. But apparently they fired this Babcock guy who's been around forever as their coach. And old school, I've heard the old school methods, and a lot of young players that just don't listen to him. You need a younger coach with younger ideas, and somebody that doesn't sound like their dad or their grandpa yelling at them, you know. Oh, or not 20. I didn't even notice the speed went up. Good thing. We've got, I get another 15 minutes. Yeah, well, that was sort of the thing. That was part of the problem, I think. And that's what the people who know hockey in my sports pub tell me, that was the problem, that he had been around so long. He kept getting older, but the players, they kept, you hire young people. So you get an 18-year-old kid there or something, and whatever Babcock was, old. And old methods, so. And interesting to fire him now, in the season. I guess it's early enough that you can still do a reset. Get rid of your coach now, and your season goes till June or whenever the playoffs are. Probably a good philosophy, or a safe strategy, rather than firing the coach in April, just before you hunker down for the playoffs, semi-finals. Okay. Well, thanks for joining, Al. Good to chat with you, and hope your game goes well. Catch you later, my friend. We got another 10 minutes to go. Yeah. Not a lot of traffic on these things. Why we let's drop the speed here, but I'm not sure why we're having issues here. Okay, we'll be down to 20. Oh, maybe because it's a bridge. Maybe that's it. Oh. There we are. 4 engines and a whole whack of cars. Back there. Is a bridge. Here's the end of the train. I hope I dropped the right number of cars. Oop, but I seem to go off out of the game. Sound of a bridge. Cool. Now we're back up to 30. However, in train rules, speeds affect. You have to look at the whole train. So, front end of the train is back in the 30 zone, but the back end is still in the the middle is in the 20 zone. The back end is in a 30 zone too. Okay, there's a crossing now. Gonna get a whistle. Possibly. Check what happened here on my some things. Nails and things. That's good. Thing. Good. Okay. Good. Those guys have stopped already. Interesting. Oh, the back end is passed. Now we're back up to 30. We're going to be there in 7 minutes. Okay. I have to have a shower and some shit. Not sure what shit, but we'll figure it out. What's coming up here? Oh, just a sidetrack. Well, that's interesting. Can we go in it? Probably not, because I think we're going too fast for it. Ah, Roma Junction. And look. Look at that. Would you look at that? I appear to have taken the wrong turn. I appear to have taken the wrong turn, because there is Roma Junction, and there is me. Breaks off. Oh well. Pretty long train. It's pretty hard to stop and go back. I mean, it's doable, but it takes one a while. And there is the track. Ha ha ha. Was wondering where that was going, and then it was like, oh, Roma Junction. Oh, wait a minute. That's the road I'm looking for, my car. That's pretty well exactly where I needed to stop. Pretty good. That part's good. A maroon, eh? And that thing on the bottom will correct in a second. Okay. Oh, this turn. Got a slow yard limit. That's 20. Speed is usually 20 or 15. So there is some skill involved in this. You have to pay attention where you're going. I think I picked 2. I think I was careful to pick track 2. Let's see what this is. Royal Mont Junction Yard Track. 2. Excellent. Excellent job, Gramps. Yeah, this is marked as a 20, but some of the switching duties that I did on some of the other scenarios on different routes, you'd go into little sidetracks into factories and stuff, and had to slow down. It'd be 15. It'd be unmarked. It'd be probably a little yellow tag, like a little yellow sometime. I think just sometime. Okay, so Roma Junction Yard Track 2, and we got to get the whole train onto it. Before we stop. I think we have a road. We do. Let's do this now that we're going into the yard too. Once again, Roma Junction. Hey, front's on. Look here, it's a big yard. But we have to get the whole train onto it. Right? Be done. Okay, well, thank you for hanging out, folks. We're eventually getting there. Take a break and think about it. I might do another one. Might log on again, do another. I want to browse on first. This was, I think, a 2017 route, which is fairly good detail. Another one, I think, that was a coal one. Good, too. As you can see, it's a while to get there. The front end is just happily churning along here. Got a long way to go. Got a lot of yard that we can use. Well, good. Back end here, it hasn't even come to that crossing. Soon, though. Some poor sucker sitting there just to get through, and they're just on the edge of the yard. And there's always slow trains coming through. They're coming through at less than 20. Guaranteed. was that? We won't be out of the curve. This will be good. Okay. Something's supposed to happen now, I think. Well done. Oh, okay. Something. Debrief. Speeding. Yeah. So the speeding is you know, they wasn't speeding that long, but it doesn't have to be that long for them to get upset. Anyways, thanks very much for viewing, folks. And if you're a follower, thanks for following. And I'll be on later today, probably. Ta-ta for now.